It is time for my Springboks player ratings versus Wales. Now, as a team, it wasn't the best performance. I gave it about a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7, but individually, there were some very good performances. There was a few debuts we need to speak about as well. I actually think a lot of players were selected for this game to answer a few questions for the Greatest Rivalry Series. Of course, there is the Argentina game as well, so there's going to be a lot coming up. There really is. I will be covering it also. If you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I really do appreciate all the support. We've just hit 3,000 subscribers. We're trying to go for 10,000. We're trying to go for 100,000. Look, we love rugby here. We love all the comments. I will always respond to all the comments, positive or negative. But please, if you have something negative to say, please explain why you disagree or something with the comments or with the player ratings, because I'd always love to have a conversation. So let's get right into it. Starting off with number 1, Gerard Steenkamp. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. And I think Gerard Steenkamp, he always plays well for the Springboks. He always has a solid game. He's never amazing around the park. He does his work very well. He's a very hard worker, a key part of the engine room. But he never stands out. But that's not a bad thing. You need players like that just do their role to perfection. I thought at scrum time he was very dominant as well. So a 7 out of 10. Moving on to number 2, Malcolm Marx. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. Good at scrum time, good at line out time, and those conditions in Durban are very tricky for a hooker. I mean, for a number 9, a number 10, and a number 2, it is extremely difficult. It's like a ball of soap. I mean, it literally is like a bar of soap. It's so sweaty, it's so wet, and he did very well with the conditions. It just shows why he was the best player in the world last year. Some very good turnovers as well, and he is just always on the ball. He's playing some very good rugby, and in past seasons when he was in Japan, he'd come back and it would take him a few games to get into the swing of things. He's come back right now and he's playing some very good rugby. So I think the level in Japan is definitely going up because the Japanese-based players are playing some phenomenal rugby. But talking about phenomenal rugby, number 3, Carlos Sardi. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. As soon as I saw this guy crying for the national anthem, I knew Wales need to watch out. He definitely showed the coaches that he needs to be in the Springbok squad. He's not an old guy either. I know another comment the other day said, oh, he is old. He's still in his 20s, and for a prop, they're still considered young when they hit 30. I mean, they still have a lot of years left. He still has at least 2 World Cup cycles or 2 World Cups left if you think the next one is next year. He played some phenomenal rugby today. He was really good around the park. He was physical, but the one thing that definitely stood out to me and probably definitely stood out to the coaches as well, his scrummaging, his timing on the scrums as well. For me as an ex-backline player, I was in awe of the way this guy was scrumming. An 8 out of 10, a brilliant performance. Number 4, Kobus Wiese. I've gone for a 7 out of 10, a very solid performance, and I think he's one of the guys that needed to answer some questions because I don't think Eben Etzebeth might be starting for the Greatest Rivalry Series Game 1. I don't think so. I don't think Louis de Jager will either. They haven't been playing rugby. They've been injured. There's no RG's name on either. I'm fully confident. I actually am fully confident. Put this on record as well. If it goes wrong, come back and tell me. But I think Kobus Wiese, Ruan Nortje, and Franco Mostert will be the 3 locks for the Greatest Rivalry Series. And I think Kobus Wiese might have just earned himself a starting spot next to Ruan Nortje. I just see it happening. He's just like his brother, a very damaging, bruising ball carrier, a very physical player, and he's actually becoming a lot better every single time he plays. A few nuances in his game he still has to iron out, but I actually do like what I'm seeing from Kobus Wiese, and I wasn't too high on him before this, but I do like what I'm seeing. So a 7 out of 10 for him, a 6 out of 10 for Ruben van Heerden, a very good line-out performance. Not the best around the park compared to the others, but still a very solid performance, but not a 8 or a 9 performance for me. Number 6, Paul de Villiers. I've gone for a 9 out of 10. My man of the match. And what do you do now? Please let me know in the comments, what should Rassie do right now? I'm in 2 minds about it. Is he going to be the new Kwagga Smith for the Springboks? Is he going to play off the bench with Khaleesi starting? Or should they just put him in the number 6 jersey from now on? Because this guy's an 80-minute player. He's good over the ball. He's like a Heinrich Brissot, but he's such a good ball carrier. He's got such a good skill set, and he's got a never-say-die attitude. And him, Pieter-Steph du Toit, and Jasper Wiese could just be the best loose trio in the world right now. I'm seeing it. I think I see it happening, but I don't know. Maybe he will be on the bench because Siya Khaleesi still adds a lot of value to the team. But a 9 out of 10 for Paul de Villiers, my man of the match. Moving on to number 7, Pieter-Steph du Toit. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. A solid performance from him. He doesn't even have to do too much of the special stuff. He just has to do his hard work, and he will always do the hard work. He will smash people in the tackles. He will run over people in the carry, and he will hit rucks hard. That's what we need from Pieter-Steph du Toit, and now and then a little bit of a glimpse of something special, and he still offers that. So a 7 out of 10 for Pieter-Steph du Toit. Number 8, Jasper Wiese. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. This guy's come on leaps and bounds since he started playing for the Springboks. I remember he first played in the British and Irish Lions series, and we knew he was special, but he was just very physical. He has developed such a good skill set. He's a good ball carrier, he's a good athlete, he makes good decisions. He's such an intelligent player nowadays, and Jasper Wiese has come such a long way. So an 8 out of 10 for me for him. He was brilliant. Moving on to number 9, Kobus Reinach. A very solid performance, some good box kicks as well, and those conditions are not easy as a scrum half. Trust me, it is like a bar of soap playing the ball from the ground. You need good ruck speed, you need clean rucks, and the Springboks did deliver that. So I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for Kobus Reinach. Looking at it now, it probably should be an 8 out of 10, but I'll stick with the 7 because I thought there were some other guys that really put in some incredible performances. Vusi Moyo, number 10, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 as well. I liked what I saw from him. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be a man of the match performance on their debut at such a young age. You could see early on with a few of the kicks, he may be a little bit nervous, but he grew into the game. I like that they played him with Kobus Reinach. They definitely trained together a lot over the last few weeks, and I thought Vusi Moyo was actually really good. He showed a steady head, a composed head, very composed decision making, good kicking for the line as well, good boot, a very good moment there in the corner, saving the ball from going into touch, having the work rate to stand up, step the oncoming player, eventually put the guy away to, I think down the line it wasn't a try, but it was a very good play. So a 7 out of 10 for Vusi Moyo, and there's some good 10s coming through right now. I thought Mani Lebok from the bench pulled the strings extremely well, probably is the number 1 choice right now. We still have Andre Pollard who's playing a better rugby now at the Bulls as well. Yakin Ahmed for the under-20s, brilliant player, and Sasha Ngomazulu is still coming back as well. Going to be very interesting to see what happens there. Maybe Sasha might be a number 23 option for the tour. I guess we'll have to find out. There still is a game against Argentina as well, but I don't know what they're going to do from now on because it's a bit of a fine line now. Just like All Blacks, the Springboks don't get to play against the club team, so they don't really get to experience. They don't get to give guys game time. They don't get to get guys into the system. So it's either they have to make a shock decision to drop a guy or not play them, or slowly work them in from the bench or play them in that Argentina game. So a lot of decisions to be made for the Springboks coaches. Looking at the wings, I gave Curly Orense and Jaco Williams both a 7. A very good debut for Jaco Williams. Of course, his tries were well finished. They weren't the most difficult tries to score, but he still put himself in those positions to score. He's a very good finisher, so a 7 out of 10 for him. Grew into the game as well. I know a lot of people might say he made a few handling errors, but for these guys on their debuts at 20 years old, it's never going to be easy. Can you imagine if you were 20 years old playing for the Springboks, making your debut after just being part of the junior Springboks, just playing your first season for men's rugby? It's going to be nerve-wracking. Things tighten up a bit. You feel like you can't loosen up a bit, but they did very well today, Moyo and Jaco Williams. Curly Orense as well, finished a few good tries. Very good with ball in hand. He is one of my favorite players in the world. He never seems to make the wrong decisions. I mean, Curly Orense, at what point are we going to talk about him versus Makazole Mapimpi in the overall standing? Because for me, it's very close with regards to their legacy. I mean, with regards to their legacy, Curly Orense and Makazole Mapimpi are right here, right now. Of course, Makazole Mapimpi's got a very good story, but Curly Orense is catching up right now, and he's still not that old either. He still has a few years left, so it's going to be very interesting to see where he is when it's all said and done. And I think he's scored more tries now than Cheslin Colby for the Springboks as well. Just a stat to throw out there, but he is definitely going to retire as a legend one day. But I don't even want to think of Curly Orense retiring now because he's such a good player. Every single time he plays for the Springboks, he's such a trustworthy player is the right way to put it. He always makes the right decisions. He cuts through like a hot knife through butter sometimes, and he's just one of those players. He's so consistent, one of the most consistent players. Talking about consistent, we're going on to the centers, Damien De Allende and Jesse Kriel. I think we can all agree it wasn't their best performance because they probably didn't have to do much. Yes, I mean, the ball didn't come to them much. They didn't have to make that many tackles. They still went out of their way to have a very good work rate. The ball was slippery, so they tried to get involved in the game, but just couldn't get involved as much as they would like. So I've gone for a 6 out of 10 for both of them. Not their best performance, not their worst performance. Realistically, they did exactly what they needed to do. They played their role to perfection. I think Wales' centers couldn't get any go forward ball because of them. They defended well, but I think when it comes to the greatest rivalry series against the All Blacks, they have a lot more to do, and they will show exactly what they have left in the tank. So a 6 out of 10 for the both of them. Pretty understandable. They didn't really get an opportunity that much in the game. Number 15, Apalele Fasi. This is a weird one. I've given him a 6 out of 10 because I don't know, maybe I just expect a bit more from Apelele Fassi. I expect him to take on the line a bit more. I know his up and unders are good. He's good under the high ball, but he didn't really win that many balls in the air today. He didn't really impose himself that much the way that Damian Willemse would, because a year ago it was a discussion, is Apelele Fassi going to start in front of Damian Willemse? But now it's almost a thing of Apelele Fassi needs to up his game because Damian Willemse is here and Apelele Fassi is be a bit stagnant with his form right now. But that being said, he did have an injury. He's just coming back from a long layoff. He is one of my favorite players as well. He's a very high quality player. He's a very good backup option for the number 15 jersey as well. So a 6 out of 10 for him. Not a bad performance at all. Now talking about the bench, I'll be doing the bench as a whole, but I'll talk about some of the players as well. I thought Andre Igufenta brought some physicality, some aggression onto the field. Jan-Hendrik Wessels is such a good bench player for the Springboks, bringing the exact same thing: energy, skill set, good ball carrying, good aggression as well. Thought Volkulo today was much better with ball in hand. Didn't get that many opportunities to scrum, and when he did, it was okay today. I mean, the conditions did play a part there, but I thought he was good from the bench. Ben Jason Dixon did alright when he came onto the field, adds a lot of energy as well. Marco van Staden was really good from the bench, adds so much intensity, so much physicality. Herschel Yankees today really impressed me from the bench. I mean, being an ex-scrum half myself, those conditions in Durban at night are impossible to get good passes, but he was putting them on a plate for Mani Lebok, on a plate for the backline players. I thought Herschel Yankees had a really good game in my opinion, which was very good to see. The coaches know what they're doing and they showed it today. Mani Lebok missed a few kicks from the touchline. Keyword from the touchline. Please everyone, don't overreact about Mani Lebok missing kicks. He's not the number one kicker for the Springboks in general. He pulls the strings so well. Kicking out of hand, I mean the contestable kicks, he's perfect with that. Pulling the strings, he is perfect. A few try assists. He just gets the team going forward like no other 10 for the Springboks. I do honestly believe Mani Lebok should be the number 10 going forward with a guy like Cheslin Colby kicking. And I still think Mani Lebok can be the backup kicker, but kicking for the line, kicking up and unders, pulling the strings for the team, he is absolutely brilliant. But his partner in crime is just as brilliant, Damian Willemse. One of the best players in the world and playing like his potential we saw from schoolboy rugby. This guy's playing some incredible rugby. He hasn't even hit his full potential yet, and he's a double World Cup winner, and he's only 27 or 28 years old, so he still has a few years left. So some incredible performances from the bench. That's why I've gone for an 8 out of 10. A really good unit performance from the bench. A lot of those guys have put up their hands as well for selection, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see who they select as the starting lineup, as the 23 for the first game for the All Blacks. Of course, one game still till then against a very good Argentina team. I think they're playing either in Argentina or somewhere neutral. I'm not too sure where they're playing, but let me know down below in the comments if you agree with the player ratings. If you disagree as well, let me know down below. Let's talk about it. Some very good individual performances, some okay performances, but the conditions definitely played a part. Thank you so much for all the support. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.